One more DC wrestlers here, and today I'm going to give you guys my review for Royal Rumble 2025. I should just quickly this is the first WWE pay-per-view that's modern that's like now, like the more recent ones, not really WrestleMania 31 because it happened like 10 years ago, or like 9 years ago, well close to 10 years, but 9 years. So that's why this is going to be technically the first. But yeah. And so like I said, I had to watch a lot of videos, primarily just Resin with Regret, because I think he's a really, really good channel. I really like him. Really funny guy. Yeah. So anyways, to start with the Royal Rumble, we're going to start with the women's Royal Rumble. And I'll be honest, I was kind of underwhelmed. If I'm being brutally honest, I just thought, it's not, it wasn't necessarily bad, but I just thought, but yeah. Also, for Royal Rumbles, I'm pretty much just going to have to list, the superstars that come in at their exact number, and not necessarily who they got eliminated by. And because I think it's just easier, I think it's kind of harder to rate Royal Rumbles and discuss, because really there's nothing really to discuss. The real discussion is who won, which, yeah. Alright. And also just bear with me if I mispronounce any of these names. I'm right now having to wear my glasses. And I'm very new to this. I'm very new with glasses because I have an eye condition and I cannot see. But I'm getting the new ones very, very soon. So just bear with me, and future apologies if I mispronounce any of their names, so bear with me. Alright, so it's coming in number 1, Ivo Sky. Number 2 was Liv Morgan. Number 3, Roxanne Perez. Number 4, the Intercontinental Women's Champion, Lyra Valkyria. I don't know how you say it. Right, number 5, the current Women's United States Champion, Chelsea Green, which I had to strip before I go to number 6. I love that they're finally giving the women's championship, the women's Intercontinental and United States champion, because I always thought, man, they really need that, because I love the Intercontinental Championship a lot. I think it's one of the more feminine ones that they could work with. You can really add a really cool design. I do kind of wish they used the WCW World Heavyweight from prior to 1994, the first design. I'll probably show a picture of it. I think that one is a really, really good Intercontinental Championship belt. But yeah. Number 6, BFAB. Number 7, Ivy Nile. Number 8, Zoe Stark, probably no relation to Tony Stark. Number 9, Lash Legend. Number 10, Bianca Belair. Number 11, Shayna Baszler. Number 12, Mirror Master herself, Bayley. Number 13, Reverse Flash, Sonya Deville. Number 14, Maxine Dupri. I don't know if I probably said her completely wrong. Number 15, Naomi. Number 16, Jada Parker, probably no relation to Peter Parker. Number 17, Piper Niven. Number 18, Natalia. Number 19, Jordan Grace from TNA. Almost NXT, but yeah, TNA. This is one big thing that came out, was that TNA and WWE would do this merger. And yeah, they did a crossover last year, and they're now a crossover this year. Really sucks that they can't do a DC Comics WWE crossover. I mean, come on, Triple H, do it. Make DC versus WWE happen. I want to see it. I know a lot of people want to see it, but I'm probably the number one guy who wants to see it. Come on, just imagine Batman versus Undertaker. 10 out of 10 matchup. That's the ultimate dream match for me. Or for probably the ultimate dream match in general. Seeing the Dark Knight and the Phenom go one-on-one. It's such a good crossover. It's you can do so much fun with it. But yeah, I mean, I know TNA is kind of like the more reasonable for a crossover with WWE because they're both kind of similar. But I mean, it could happen. DC vs. WWE. Hopefully, it happens. Number 20, Mitchin. I don't know how you say it. Mitchin. Number 21, Harley Quinn herself, Alexa Bliss. Number 22, Zelina Vega. Number 23, Candice LeRae. Number 24, Stephanie Vacor. I don't know. Number 25, Trish Stratus. Number 26, Raquel Rodriguez. Number 27, Charlotte Flair. Number 28, Julia. Number 29, Nia Jax. And finally, number 30, we have Wonder Woman herself, Nikki Bella. Now, the winner of this match was Charlotte, and a lot of people are not fond of it, and honestly, I think I agree. I feel like even Brian Zane in his video, he said that he wasn't necessarily happy and kind of preferred someone else. And yeah, I do think that should have been the case. Because I feel like Charlotte's already done everything. She's already been a multi women's champion. She's main evented WrestleMania. You know, even though she lost, she still main evented it. I don't know what else you can really do with her. I mean, yeah, you can have her win the Intercontinental and the U.S. Championship. But yeah. So I just thought, yeah, I agree. It's kind of lackluster. It kind of feels like they didn't really know what to do with the women's Royal Rumble. But that being said, I still thought that the Royal Rumble was and it was kind of lackluster just because of the amount of just kind of like the same old. Because, I mean, the only really quote-unquote legends we had were just Trish Stratus and Nikki Bella. Those were like the two most popular icons. Everyone else was either Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. No one really like legends like they often would say. Like, just imagine if, say, Michelle McCool from 2009 comes back. Yeah, I think that would have been more of a legend because she's actually been in the past. But yeah. So if I had to, I just thought this one was very, very underwhelming. So yeah. Next up, we're gonna go with the 2 out of 3 Falls match with DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns, and I have to say this match literally almost played like a tag team match in a WWE game. Because if it wasn't for me to like play the WWE games late, like how I was, like because usually what I would do is I would own these like tag team matches, and I play a lot of them, and then I kind of realized, oh wow, this is how it actually plays. Yeah, and that's kind of when I realized, yeah. So the tag team matches in the games, you play like this. You basically, once you beat your opponent to a point, hit a finisher, you have to take out their partner. That way they don't screw up the finish, and you can win. And this is kind of how this match played out. So basically, the first start we had was we first had a match. The first score I meant was basically DIY playing Brains, where they faked a hot tag, basically giving them the first score. Later on, a hot tag is made by Chris Sabin, a member of the Motor City Machine Guns, and does some high-flying maneuvers. Eventually, he gets even up by a score, or especially when Gargano accidentally hits Ciampa. Then the Street Profits come in. Initially, they quote-unquote help DIY win the match before attacking them at the end, basically setting up either for Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania. One of those two. Or maybe Fastlane, because that's been like one of WWE's more popular shows in the last few years. But yeah. Next up, we have brutal matchup right here, folks. Brutal matchup. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens ladder match. Jesus Christ, this match was brutal. Like, yeah, this was a brutal one. And I mean brutal. So for starters, Cody gets body slam and power bomb and all these different things on all sorts of ladders. Oh man, it looks so brutal, but it looks really, really good. The way how they handle and express it, that was really, really cool. But man, it was so brutal. Even KO gets some like these bombs and slams on it. It's like, Jesus, this is brutal. At one point, even Cody Rhodes gets yanked on the ladder and is holding on to the championship. Very Jeff Hardy WrestleMania 17 style. You know, the famous moment where Jeff Hardy gets speared, like when he's like near like the top of the ladder and gets speared, basically broken in half, like JR said on that day. Yeah, we have a Fisherman Buster on the ladder from the top rope. Yeah, like I said, brutal. And by the end, Cody performs an Alabama Slam on Kevin Owens, and eventually he was able to climb up and get the championship belts. Jesus, this was a brutal match. This was obviously for the WWE Championship. I don't think I need to explain that. But yeah, I'll be brutally honest. I'm not a huge fan of the Winged Eagle. I remember when I first saw it in the was it either WWE 2K14 or 13. I don't know if it was in 2K14. But I know it was in 13 because of the Attitude Era. But I think it was in 2K14 as well. Yeah, not a big fan of it. I didn't like it. Out of all the WWE Championship belts designed, it was probably one of my least favorite because I just didn't care much about it, if I'm being brutally honest. But that's just me. Alright. Now it's time for the main event. Men's Royal Rumble. So, same thing like I'm gonna explain with the Women's Royal Rumble. Just list off the characters and express how I feel about who actually won it. Because I think I have a lot to say, and it's not necessarily negative. It's more like neutral, where, like in between, where, I like that it's like that, but at the same time, the timing was really, really bad. So start. Okay. So starter, our first opponent is Rey Mysterio. And our next one is Penta from AEW. Number 3 is Chad Gable. Number 4, Carlo Hayes. Number 5, Santos Escobar. Number 6, Otis. Number 7, Braun Breaker. Number 8 is initially Kurt Kazawa before getting assaulted before basically getting taken out. And in his replacement is I Show Speed, who does almost nothing. Number 9 is Sheamus. Number 10 is Jimmy Uso. Number 11 is Andrade. Number 12 is Jacob Fatu. Number 13, Ludwig Kaiser. Number 14, The Miz. Number 15, Joe Hendry. I believe this is one of the TNA, if I remember correctly here. Since I have the Wikipedia on, that also helped me in case. And yeah, Joe Hendry is from TNA. Again, like I said with Jordan Grace earlier, I like that WWE is now doing these like collaborations with other wrestling companies. Just kind of sucks it's not DC Comics. Because come on, who doesn't want to see that? Number 16, Roman Reigns. Number 17, Drew McIntyre. Number 18, Finn Balor. Number 19, Shinsuke Nakamura. Number 20, Jey Uso. Number 21, AJ Styles. Number 22, Braun Strowman. Number 23, his final time is now, the Superman of WWE, John Cena. Number 24 is CM Punk. Number 25, Seth Rollins. Number 26, Dominic Mysterio. Number 27, Sami Zayn. Number 28, Damian Priest. Number 29, LA Knight. And finally, Logan Paul as number 30. Now, a lot of people are talking about this, and I just kind of want to give my thoughts on it, because Jey Uso actually won this match. He last eliminated John Cena, and I wanted to talk about this. Initially I was going to do my own video to express how I felt, but I thought no, because I want to do WWE content, and just doing a video on that does not count as WWE content. Do an actual review of the Royal Rumble and giving your overall opinion is doing WWE content. I'll be honest, I don't know how to really feel, because on one hand, like I said earlier, I'm in the middle. Because at first I thought, I don't like this. I didn't like it. But then when I watched Brian Zane's video, it kind of made me realize, yeah, he does have a point. It is nice to have some new blood come in and win, which I do respect and I do like. But I just thought that maybe the timing was really, really bad. The reason why I think the timing was really, really bad, because it's John Cena's last Royal Rumble match. You know, you kind of think he's going to go and win, basically probably beating Stone Cold's record of winning 3 Royal Rumbles, or at least tying with him. And John Cena's just as big as Stone Cold. And so I kind of thought that that's what they were going to do, because, you know, Cena has, aside from Undertaker, has always been the face of the company, at least in the modern era. You know, if you look at the past, you know, you had guys like Hulk Hogan being the face of WWE. You had Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock to some extent, Undertaker, but John Cena has always been like your modern face of the franchise. He's kind of been that for me, because I kind of grew up like that. Grew up knowing that Cena was the face of WWE. So, yeah. And I don't have a problem with Jey Uso winning, but I just feel like the timing was really bad. Now, I don't know if what they're doing is to set up Cena and Orton at WrestleMania. Like, they're going to have Orton come back, become a second-time Intercontinental Champion, and have Cena and Orton one last time, but instead of being in for the WWE Championship, it will be for the Intercontinental Championship. And maybe by the end of the year, they're going to have John Cena win the WWE Championship as his, like, last match. He wins, becomes a 17-time WWE Champion, and essentially it was like, basically vacates because he retires and gives it to, like, a newcomer or something like that. I don't know if that's what they're gonna go with, or if they're gonna go with something else. But yeah, my overall thoughts on Royal Rumble. I mean, I liked the DIY, where they were actually using their brains and their tactics, and I do like the ladder match. I just thought that the Royal Rumble matches were not the best. Because I just, like I said before, with Jey Uso winning, I thought, I don't know if that's what they're gonna do, because obviously Cena, most people have said that Cena has to become a 17-time WWE champion and has to at least become the Intercontinental Champion at least once. He doesn't have to lose it to like right off the bat. He doesn't need to be a multi-month champion. I personally don't think so. I think Cena's already big to the point he doesn't need to be a multi-time champion, a multi-month champion. But it's kind of sad when you know that he's actually never fought the Intercontinental Championship, and Undertaker never really had that opportunity to win the United States or the Intercontinental Champion, or at least the Intercontinental Championship at the very least. So yeah. So I don't know if that's like what they're doing. Have Orton come back very soon, become Intercontinental Champion, and set up Cena versus Orton one last time, but it will be for the Intercontinental Championship. Like, I think that's what they're gonna do, or something else. I don't know. And like I said, with Charlotte Flair winning, this one I kind of is like, because I don't know what you can really do with her. I mean, yeah, you can have her come back, maybe not win the whole thing, but at least do well, and then have someone new come in and win. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on Royal Rumble 2025. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.